Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome to Sports World Radio. I am the host, Jeff Escal. I have been the host. I will always be the host, and nobody else will, and that's a fact, Jack. That's right, I am Jeff Escal, the host of Sports World Radio. We got a jam-packed show for you guys again today. Another doozy of a show. They've been going on all week long, and for the last 2 weeks, in fact. Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then we'll tell you what we got coming on. You want to listen to our show, want to get in touch with our show, there's many ways to do it. Best way right now is to head on over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, Spreaker.com. Head on over there, get yourself a free account if you don't have one, sign up. Type in Sports World Radio, the show will show up, it's live, boom, click the live button. Then the show will show up at the bottom of your screen, click the bubble all the way over to the right, and the chat room will open up, and you can start chatting away. Once the chat room opens up, do me a favor, folks, click the like button, and turn it yellow. And like this show. Always like this show when you come into Sports World Radio on Spreaker. Always, always, always like this show. So click the like button right above the chat where you chat. It's right up. It's probably gray where you're seeing it now. If you click it, you'll turn it yellow. Ooh, wow. Facebook.com/Sports World Radio. Facebook.com/Sports World Radio is another way to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. Okay, you can reach us that way. Like our Facebook page and send a message there or ask us a question that I'm monitoring our Facebook page. Okay? You can do that. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/Sports World Radio, twitter.com/Sports World Radio. If you head on over to our Facebook page and you like us, I pinned the petition for myself and Skip Bayless to have a sports debate. Sign the petition, please, and let's make this happen. Skip Bayless thinks he's the best sports debater in the world. Well, I want to take him on and prove him he's wrong. So sign the petition and let's make this happen. You can also send us an email at swrshow@gmail.com. That's swrshow@gmail.com. And 619-663-3715. 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. Don't forget we got a contest going on. We're looking for a new intro. 60 seconds long, no curse words. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann must be in there. 60 seconds long, no curse words. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann must be in there. Send it to introcontest@sportsworldradio.com. That's introcontest@sportsworldradio.com. And now, finally, if you want to hear what myself, Sean, Josh, Frank, when the writers come on, before we come on back to the show, what we're talking about during the commercial breaks, get the inside stuff, what we're talking about. Sometimes you'll get a rant from myself. I'm telling you, sometimes the commercial breaks are better than the show. The 2-minute little snippets that you get during the commercial breaks are sometimes better than the show. If you want to hear those, head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts. That's swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts and sign up today. Okay? I'll grab that link for you guys who are in the chat room. Okay? And I'll stick it in the chat room for you guys, so who hasn't joined can join right away. There it is in the chat room. That's swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts. Sign up today and listen to every single conversation we have during the commercial breaks. With all that being said, at the bottom of the hour today, we have Jay Morrison coming in from Cox Media Group to talk Cincinnati Bengals football. And you know how I think about Andy Dalton, so I'm going to ask a lot of questions about that. Jay Morrison from the Cox Media Group talking Cincinnati Bengals football at the bottom of the hour. Let's bring in our co-host. What do you say? Hey, Sean, man, the update man. What's going on there?
Well, good afternoon, Jeff. Welcome, everybody, to Sports World Radio on this Thursday, the 27th of August, 2015. And I have to say, it's been a beautiful evening yesterday. It's been a beautiful day. It's been sunshiny. The smoke is still bad. Had a great day of work. Got college to work on this evening, but I'm enjoying the show because somebody lost a bet to me last night. And, Jeff, I say you're not very thrilled about it.
No, because when you guys make these stinking bets, okay, the only person that it affects is me. And I'll tell you why. And I know you're going to laugh. And if you're going to laugh through this, mute yourself, you son of a bitch. I know you're going to laugh like crazy because I was already yelling at on you on hold. I was already yelling at you. When you guys make these Skype profile bets and these dag-nabbit Spreaker profile bets, okay? So when you lose to Josh and you do what you have to do, and I call you, I have to look at it for 2 hours. You're not looking at it. I have to look at it for 2 hours. You're looking at the Sports World Radio logo right now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Correct. I'm looking at your City of Champions logo, okay? So I see your picture. So every time you lose a bet, you got to do what you got to do. I have to pay the consequences. So this morning, Josh and I were talking on Skype.
Yeah.
And that son of a bitch had an old Ted Williams picture of yours. I know it was yours.
Yeah.
Because I seen that picture somewhere before on your freaking Facebook page. So I know that's your picture. And I was like, wait a second here. Hold the phone.
Yeah.
From now on, I am putting a reprimand on your bets. You can make all, listen, no, it's not. You can make all the bets you want. Profile pictures on Skype, I don't give a flying fig Newton. I don't care about Spreaker so much. On Skype, I care a lot. So, from now on, whoever loses the bet for the 2 hours that they're on here with me on Sports World Radio, you change it back to your old picture. I don't want to see it no more.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm putting my foot down.
I can't believe it.
I'm tired. I'm tired of being the one who has to take all the brunt of this.
Oh, Josh even says poor Boobala.
I told Josh the same thing.
Unbelievable. Wow.
I'm tired of so from now on, Josh and Sean, you do a Skype profile picture bet, I don't have a problem with it. Whoever loses, I don't want to see it. Put your old profile picture back on for the 2 hours that we're doing the show so I don't have to look at it. What do you mean? See, the problem is, Josh, the problem is, I am not involved in the stinking bets and I'm the one paying the consequences. That's the problem. I have nothing to do with the bets, but I'm the one paying the consequences. So therefore, I'm not paying no more consequences. I'm putting my foot down.
Oh, my goodness. On a simple Skype bet. Oh, my
God. I'm putting my foot down. I'm not paying the consequences no more.
Oh, Lord.
Why should it affect me?
Let's see.
Why am I making excuses? I have absolutely nothing to do with the bet, but I have to suffer for 2 hours and look at that crap? Why? I didn't make the bet.
13 minutes after the hour. It's only 2 hours, Jeff, and then boom, everybody's off the air, resting and enjoying their peaceful evening.
That's right, Sean. It's only 2 hours. That's right, Josh. He's not even on for 2 hours. He's only on for an hour sometimes. So he can change it for an hour for Jimmy. I had to look at that picture for a while. Are you kidding me? Why am I the one who has to pay the consequences here? Answer me that one there. Whistle me that one, Dixie boy.
Well, I can say this. You can just ignore it. Just pretend it doesn't even exist, and you can just ignore it, because we realize when Josh comes on, it's only for the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour and for his sports perspective, and Frank even had to up his Skype.
Well, see, I kind of like seeing Frank's because he tried to weasel his way out of it. So I enjoyed looking at Frank's. How long do I have to look at this Boston Red Sox thing, Josh, on Spreaker? That's disgusting.
For an entire week, he has to have it up until after the show a week from today. It couldn't have come at a better time. And Josh has been enjoying the fact that he lost the bet, and he was so upset that he lost. Poor Boobala, Josh,
hey,
and
Josh.
poor Boobala to you, Jeff.
Hey, Josh, don't say nothing. I think it's time. Hey, Josh, I think it's time to come in as not Stephen A. Smith, dude. Yeah, I think it's time to come in as not Stephen A. Smith for the week, my friend. Look at Sean. He's quiet. He's like, what?
Ryan's Dick Blazing says that
I'm living rent-free in his head, ain't I?
He says, Jeff Eskow, I'm ashamed of you. You got me fired from my job. And Sean, man, you are a disgrace as a broadcaster.
I'm living rent-free in your head, ain't I, Mr. Blazing? I'm living rent-free right in that head. Thank you very much. I love it in here. It's beautiful. It's a little echoey in here, though, but I love it.
Josh and I, as we always do for our Skype conference calls to prep for the show, even got something for Ryan's Dick of Blazing today that said that Josh Lopez is also one of the worst producers ever.
Yeah, okay. Whatever, dude. Sure. Whatever.
He's all upset because he lost his job.
Yeah, he's pissed off at me more than anybody because I got him fired from his job. Hey, you know something, Mr. Ryan? Mr. Blazing? You know something? So sorry, suck this. you know something? Okay? Just because you are bad at your job and you got fired from your job, and I still am doing Sports World Radio, and knowing that you're listening to this show right now and that you listen to this show every day, maybe you'll learn something while you're listening to this show, but I'm living in your head rent-free, and it's a beautiful thing. Shaba, it's a beautiful thing living inside this guy's head rent-free, isn't it?
Right on.
It's great. I love it. Sports World Radio is living inside of your head, Ryan Blazing, for free. Thank you so much. You just keep putting out that stuff. You just keep putting out that tweets. Thank you very much. Keep doing it.
Because you're an idiot. You don't even, and just too bad because your feelings got hurt.
It doesn't matter anymore whether he's an idiot or not, Sean. We're living inside of his head. He cannot not listen to the show now.
Oh, yeah, poor Boobala. He's all upset because he lost his job.
He might not listen to the show live, but he's stuck. I noticed that there's been a download, 2 or 3 downloads of this show every single day. That's right. I know it's you, and then you listen to the show later on. So, Mr. Blazing, thank you so much for letting Sports World Radio live inside your head rent-free. We really appreciate it, buddy.
Shabba, rent is cheap in Cleveland, indeed.
Hey, Shabba, it's also cheap inside of Ryan Blazing's head, too.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You bet. You bet. Hey, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we got Jay Morrison from Cox Media Group talking Cincinnati Bengals football. So get your Bengals questions ready. You know me. I'm an Andy Dalton guy. I love me some Andy Dalton, so I got me some Andy Dalton questions. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Cincinnati Bengal tabs open right now. You think I'm ready?
I believe you are. And speaking of the Bengals' AFC North rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, yesterday fans were very disgusted with hearing the news that Michael Vick is going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. In a reply that I got from Wes on Facebook Messenger, he says, it's a sad day for Steelers Nation. I'm very fed up.
The only way he's playing is if Roethlisberger goes down. That's it.
Yes, indeed.
That's it. That's the only way he's playing. You know, they're basically just giving him a paycheck.
Josh, the only Dalton fan in the world.
Who?
Oh, I think that's what he's referring to you.
Me? Well,
Yeah.
no, we'll go to Cincinnati. I'm sure you'll find a lot of Andy Dalton fans there.
Yeah, Josh, go to Cincinnati, Ohio.
I can't. You know what? Looking at that Red Sox thing is just throwing me off completely.
I love it. It's perfect.
What
Thank
is
you,
it?
Josh.
Hey, why
I'm
don't-
glad you're enjoying it,
Hey,
too.
why don't you type something? What do you got on yours?
Me?
Yes, you.
On Spreaker?
No. Where? Yes, of course.
I got a John F. Kennedy thing for Spreaker.
Oh, Jesus Criminy.
Oh, man. It's been such a beautiful day. I'm having a great... You're paying, Sean?
I
Oh,
hope so.
please.
I hope so.
Why do I have to pay? I went all the way to Boston, Massachusetts.
Because and you put your team on a losing streak, and they have
I
freaking haven't
did not
played
jinx
well
the
since
team.
then.
Oh, didn't play well since then?
They stink.
You know what? It's true, but
It's
they didn't
true.
win last
Nope.
night.
What did you say? It's true, but you know what I think about the word "but"? Everything before the word "but" doesn't mean nothing.
Well, I can point this out. The Red Sox won last night, and somebody is enjoying the fact that he's paying me a nice bet that I've been waiting for a
okay, listen.
long time.
Really quick, I want to get this out of the way. It's a sad day in the NBA.
Yes,
Very sad day in the NBA. I saw this gentleman play live. Darryl Dawkins passed away today.
I was at
Oh,
work.
man.
I was at work, and I was coming off work today, and I was like going, you're kidding me. Darryl
Yeah.
Dawkins?
Darryl Dawkins. Chocolate Thunder, baby. I seen that man play live. I was in an arena. Oh, my God, that guy's oof, my God, he was an animal. An animal. I still remember the first time him breaking the glass. You want to see a really good article? Where is it? Where did it go? I had it somewhere. Here it is, right here. Here's a good article on it. Bammo, whammo, slammo. On Darryl Dawkins, right there. So, Mr. Darryl Dawkins, rest in peace, my friend. You were very, 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 very enjoyable to watch play basketball.
He played with some of the great Philadelphia 76ers greats. He played with Dr. J. Of course, Billy Cunningham, who was the head coach of the team.
Doug Collins. Played
yes.
with Doug Collins. Yeah. Smash backboards like they were going out of style, man. The first one to ever do it. He was the one who forced him into going with the collapsible rims. Because
Great
of him, that's why they did it.
Great basketball player, but shocked to see that he passed away today at the age of 58. There's a lot of mourning, especially in the city of brotherly love. He also played for Maurice Cheeks, another Philadelphia 76er great. So there's a lot of sadness, and probably Dr. J is feeling that too, because I know they were very good teammates together on some of those good 76ers teams that they had in parts of the decade of the 1970s.
Hey, don't forget, coming up at the 4 o'clock hour, we got the big wind coming in. Frank Sprankle. That should be kind of fun. That guy's a big bag of wind, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you something. We're going to have Jay Morrison on at the bottom of the hour.
Yep.
Really quick, I don't want you to think about it. Just say whatever comes to your head when I say this to you, okay? Don't think about it, just say it. What's the record going to be?
Bengals, 11-5.
Don't think about it, just say it. 11-5. Okay. Okay, not bad. Don't forget, we also, on September 5th, we're having our first NFL Real Talk show here on Sports World Radio. Okay? November 5th, 9 p.m. on the East, 6 p.m. on the West. If you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
You know what, Sean? From now on, what you just did, figure it out, and how you just did it, that's how I want you to do it. That was perfect. I like that.
Okay.
I like that a lot. Let's try that again. I really like that again. September 5th, our first NFL Real Talk show. 6 o'clock on the West, 9 o'clock on the East. And if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Don't say anything else. Just say, figure it out.
Figure it out for yourself.
Oh, see, he doesn't listen, does he? I don't want for yourself in there. I just want you to say, figure it out.
Figure it out.
That's it. I like it better like that. That sounds a lot better. That sounds more funny. Funnier. Is that a word? Funnier? Funny? Hee ha ha hoo hoo?
Funner is not a word, but
Funner?
funnier, I don't know.
Yeah, so join us on Saturday, September 5th. It's going to be a 2-hour show every stinking week. Woohoo. Yeah. Ooh, going to be fun. Going to be lots of fun. Hey,
So
Dr.
anyway,
Myth.
going back to Daryl Chocolate Thunder, rest in peace. I hope that you had a great NBA career. It's just sad that
Hey, Josh.
you're gone.
Josh puts in there 9 to 7. How's it going to be from 9 to 7? That's going backwards, dude. You mean from 7 to 9?
I think it's in regards to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, he's saying,
record.
okay. You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. Wow, you actually figured something out before me. Holy cannoli, Batman. Look at, and Dr. Myth has got a Batman freaking thing on his Spreaker today.
I like Josh's. Josh, that looks really great. All right, the next story
Your
that we
fault,
get
man.
to, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. They addressed their feud on the upcoming podcast.
Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. That's old news.
I know, they can't get over it. Kobe Bryant makes an appearance on Shaquille O'Neal's podcast set to be broadcast Monday, and the former teammates address the intense feud that led
let me ask
to
you a
their
question.
split.
Let me
What?
ask you a question. Do you know where to listen to the podcast? Yes or no?
No.
There's your answer right there. Let me ask you another. Does anybody?
No, it doesn't say which podcast it is.
See, it doesn't even tell you where to go to listen to it, does it? How bad is that? How bad publicity is that? Nobody knows where Shaquille O'Neal's podcast is anyway, and in the article they don't put it where it is to begin with.
Maybe it's called the Shaquille O'Neal Show.
Okay, so even if it is, nobody knows where to find it.
Well, look what Josh just did. Podcast1.com.
Well, he's a know-it-all. He's the producer. He's supposed to know that stuff. But people like myself and average sport fans like yourself, they don't know where to go.
I guess the way I would look at it, though, too, is that Shaq and Kobe got to stop talking about what happened in the past with the feud and focus on now. Shaq's got to focus on inside the NBA, which is coming up this year in the fall, starting in late October. And Kobe Bryant needs to start focusing on the Los Angeles Lakers situation because, remember, that rapper who was on First Take a couple days ago said he believes that the LA Lakers are a playoff team. But I think everything has kind of gone mostly downhill because Shaq and Kobe played together from like 1996 all the way to 2004, and after they lost to Detroit in 5 games in the NBA Finals, that's what led up to the breakup of the LA Lakers. There seemed to be a lot of dysfunction with those teammates between Shaq and Kobe, even though they won 3 titles from 2000 to 2002.
Mm-hmm.
What, Jeff, I know it's all over with and done, but what did you think of that feud that happened between Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant?
It was all hogwash as far as I was concerned. I didn't really pay attention to it.
And I do remember,
I don't really
if I
pay
remember
attention
correctly,
to that crap.
well, if I remember correctly, Phil Jackson, who was coach of the team, some of Phil Jackson's assistants almost considered leaving the LA Lakers because of the arguments, the feuds between Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
But they were able to work through their differences and have a chance to get to 3 straight championships that they won. And even though I didn't dislike the Lakers, they were still a tough power in the Western Conference. But it's understandable how things went. It got ugly in Los Angeles. But then when Shaq left and Karl Malone left and he retired and Gary Payton left and then Phil Jackson left for a short term, that meant that it was all of a sudden Kobe Bryant's team. And I remember, too, Jeff, there was always a discussion about whose team was it? Was it Shaq's team or was it Kobe's team? I think an indication had to be Kobe Bryant's team in a way, because then Shaq left and he went to Miami and then he won a championship 2 years later.
Hey, you know what? To me, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter at all to me. It's way in the past. I don't even know why they're going to be talking about it.
Yeah, they should just let it drop, let it
Let
go.
it go, man. Yeah, it doesn't even freaking matter anymore. It's over, done with, move on. And it's obviously they moved on, but why are you going to bring all back those feelings for people to get pissed off again?
Yeah, and
You know?
then them talking about the podcast.
Exactly. You just go there, have a good time, talk about the upcoming season, talk about the Lakers, talk about what you did in the off season. Don't even bring it up.
Maybe a little bit for the past is to talk about maybe some of the great memories, but leave out the negativity. There's no time for that.
Maybe talk about Darryl Dawkins a bit, too.
Yeah.
You
Bring
know?
up other stuff besides the clashes you two had.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I definitely don't want to hear about it. I don't really care to hear about it, so well, first of all, I'm not going to listen to the interview. That's number one. So I won't hear it.
No, I don't care about it either. I'm not going to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to listen to it. Who gives a flying fig Newton? I got other things to do.
Yeah, like get prepared for an interview that we got coming up in a few minutes.
That's right. And and I got to make dinner and all that, and many other things to do. I don't need to deal with those guys and listen to those guys reminisce about fighting with each other. Yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, we're gonna run to our first commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the east, 3 o'clock on the west, and if you live in the central,
figure it out.
All right, so joining us right now, as we promised, Jay Morrison from Cox Media Group out there in Ohio talking Cincinnati Bengals football. Thank you so much, Jay, for joining us here on Sports World Radio today.
Yeah, glad to be with you guys.
Okay, so I always like to start the interview with, because I'm in sunny San Diego all the time, how's the weather out there in Ohio?
We don't have the beach, but the weather kind of rivals what you guys have out there. It's been beautiful this summer, and especially right now. It's high 60s, low 70s, low humidity. It feels like football weather.
Well, I kind of make you mad. It's 95 degrees out here right now.
Ooh, well, that doesn't make me that mad. I think I'd take high 60s over 95. When it gets 95 here in Cincinnati, Ohio, it usually means 90% humidity, and you choke on the air a little bit.
Yeah, there's no humidity out here. It's just all hot. It's just all hot. So let's get into some Cincinnati Bengals talk. Me, personally, I am a huge huge Andy Dalton fan. Okay, I really like Andy Dalton. What are we going to see with Andy Dalton this year?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. They need him to be the guy that kind of gets them over the playoff hump. I'm not sure they can win a playoff game with him playing mediocre. He's got to play well. You can't put all the previous playoff failings on him. They've just been outscored by a crazy amount in the second half of those games. But he has made some key mistakes that have led to the downfall. And you know, he's a guy that he's not going to be a Tom Brady guy that's going to put the team on his back and carry him to a deep run in the playoffs. But he doesn't need to be. He's got all the pieces around him. Everybody's healthy now on offense. If he can just go out and kind of manage the game and avoid the catastrophic mistakes, this team can go really far. But you keep waiting for that to happen, and then you see what happened Monday night. Yeah, it was the preseason, but you know, back-to-back possessions with interceptions. One was AJ's fault right off his hands, but that's kind of what the people in Cincinnati have come to expect in those primetime games, and the people across the country, really. It seems whenever they're on national TV, playoffs or Monday Night Football, what have you, Andy just fails to perform.
Let me ask you another question, Jay, really quick before Sean asks you one. A.J. Green and Andy Dalton sometimes seems like they're not on the same page during the game. What's going on between these two guys?
It's really surprising. You know, they came in at the same time. They went through a roster reboot. Those guys were both thrown right in as starters. They've had countless reps together, and that's really puzzling. That, you know, the interception, that wasn't them being on the wrong page. It was just a ball that went right off AJ's hands. But you're right. There are times where one's going deep and Andy's going short, or it's just something they've got to get figured out. I don't know if it's a case of it's a read the defense kind of thing, and they're reading it different ways, or if they're just, like you said, on the wrong page.
Jay, my question is, Marvin Lewis on the hot seat for the Cincinnati Bengals after this year?
He might be in the ejector seat, and he might be the one pulling the lever. They signed him to a one-year extension back in the spring. I think that's mainly window dressing. I think if they have a great year, or if they have another year where they fail to win in the playoffs, he just steps away. You know, he's the second longest tenured coach with the same team in the league behind Belichick, and it's kind of a now or never situation. You could see this organization totally blow up this team after this year. They've got 28 guys that are in the final year of their contract, and only probably 12 or 13 are what you would call key players, starters, or backups. But it's their top three wide receivers, it's their two safeties, it's their two tackles. I mean, there's some key pieces. They've got some big decisions to make at the end of this season, and whether Marvin stays or goes will be right at the top of them.
You know something, Jay? I've been such an Andy Dalton fan. I've said this 100 times on this radio show, and I think if you stuck Andy Dalton on the Cowboys, they would have won a Super Bowl already. Just my opinion, because I don't think highly of Tony Romo.
Well, I haven't followed Tony Romo that much. I don't know. I don't know what Andy, because it's not like he doesn't have pieces around him here. It's not like you can say, well, if he was on a better team, this is a really solid team. They have a deep roster. They have an experienced roster. And, yeah, I don't know. One thing I will say is that playoff game last year in Indy, you could have put Tom Brady, Tony Romo. You could put anybody under center in that game, and the Bengals were not going to win that game. They were just decimated by injuries, and that was maybe the one of the four playoff losses that you can't put on Dalton at all.
Right. Jay Morrison joining us from Cox Media Group talking Cincinnati Bengals. I want to jump over to the defensive side of the ball. Second-year defensive coach Paul Guenther, their team was number 12 ranked in NFL fewest points allowed. They got to get better, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and I think you'll see that. Getting Michael Johnson back is a key piece, although, you know, he is hurt right now, but he's just started to go through the rehab work on the side field. They're hoping to have him by the opener, but I would certainly expect to have him sometime in September. And that just brings a different dynamic when you've got a guy that can rush off the edge on the other side. Carlos Dunlap had a fantastic season last year, and he really didn't have a complement on the other side. You get those twin towers coming off both edges, and the key piece is Geno Atkins is back to Geno Atkins that went to the Pro Bowl a couple years ago. He's looked terrific in the preseason. And the cornerbacks have just been covering everybody. The Giants were in here for a couple joint practices, and then for the preseason opener, and Drake Kirkpatrick and Pac-Man Jones and Darqueze Dennard, the first-round pick from 2 years ago, they've just been incredible back on the back end. So if you've got that pass rush coming, you've got the guys able to cover in the back end, that's a great recipe. And who knows what's going to happen with Vontaze Burfict. I certainly don't think we're going to see him to start the season. Most likely he starts the year on the PUP list, which means he misses at least the first 6 games. And, you know, there's rumblings he may not play this year at all. He's doing rehab work on the side, but it doesn't look like he's progressing much. If they get him back, then this could be a top 5 defense.
Jay, what can you tell us about the special teams of the Cincinnati Bengals?
They are very experienced. This group has been together for a long time. Mike Nugent, the kicker, Kevin Huber, the punter, and the long snapper, Clark Harris. Nugent had a rough stretch last year. He missed the what would have been the game winner against Carolina, and then he went on a tear and made, I believe it was 16 in a row after that. Overcame the death of his father to come up with some big kicks that weekend. Kevin Huber went to the Pro Bowl last year. A lot of people thought that was overdue. He's been a great punter for a couple years, where he's really improved. He's got a big leg, and he's just got a knack for getting the ball inside the 20. But where he's really gotten better is angling his kicks. And when they're going against some of these great punt returners, he can really pin them up against the sideline and negate the returns that way. Another key last year was Drake Kirkpatrick. He was one of the best gunners in the league, you could argue. Now, we're not going to see him do that this year because he's going to be starting at corner, but they're going to expect Darqueze Dennard to maybe fill that role, or the rookie they got from USC, Josh Shaw. He's looked really good in that role. So Darren Simmons is a terrific special teams coach. That's one area you don't have to worry about with this team year in and year out. And you look at the return game possibilities with Pac-Man returning punts. They got Mario Alford, the kid from West Virginia, who's just an absolute burner. He's returning punts and kickoffs. And they've been experimenting with Gio Bernard back there on punt returns this preseason, too. So there could be some long returns in their future, and I certainly think the kicking end of it's going to be solid as well.
You mentioned Pac-Man. How's he looking out there?
Oh, great. I mean, he doesn't look like he's coming up on 32. He still looks like he's, in his prime, and I guess you could argue he is. He missed those 2 years back in his troubled days, and I think that he's got a young body for a guy his age, and the light's really gone on with that guy. He's staying mostly clear of trouble, but he's doing the right things. He's eating right. He's taking care of his body. He's really getting serious about learning the game. He talked the other week about how Vance Joseph, the DB coach that came in last year, just kind of rocked his world, where he explained the way when a certain lineup is out there that you can just eliminate three routes or 3 patterns right off the bat. And he said he never looked at defense like that before, and it's really helped him. Like I said, he's looked great in the preseason.
Jay, how are the wide receivers looking for the Cincinnati Bengals?
That might be the biggest issue on the team right now. I mean, you got the big 3. You got A.J. Green, Mohamed Sanu, and Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones missed all of last year with a foot injury, but he looks great. He's running reverses, running deep balls in practice, and looks like he's back to his old self. But, after that, it's a little dicey. That's one of the reasons we've seen Rex Burkhead working out in the slot as a wide receiver. They've got guys like Greg Little, Denarius Moore. They've got these guys that are, kind of retreads, for a better word, that are probably going to be right on the bubble for a roster spot, as well as Brandon Tate. It's one of those questions where do they go out and trade for a veteran wide receiver just to have a little bit of depth there at that position behind the big 3? There's some other spots on the team, D-line being one of them, where they're really loaded. They're going to have tough cuts to make, and there's a possibility that maybe they do that. Maybe they go out and make. They're rare in the NFL, but the Bengals have done it. They've made a couple trades right before the season has started, twice in the last 5 years. So it wouldn't be out of the question to see them do that this year.
Yeah, Jay, I was just going to ask you. You talk about wide receiver. Any chance Randy Moss could go to the Cincinnati Bengals?
I would say that's 0%. I heard that the other day that he thinks he could still play. I don't know. It's the Bengals that wanted nothing to do with Reggie Wayne, and he's just 1 year removed from his career, so it's nothing like that's going to happen here.
Jay, Hugh Jackson, second year as the offensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals. Are we going to see any new wrinkles with them this year on the offense?
No, absolutely. He that's the one thing he said right before camp started is everything's on the table. That he's going to open it up. I think last year, he'd been a coordinator before, he'd been a head coach before, but he was still new in that role with this team. And they had some really big plans for Tyler Eifert. That he's a guy that gets mismatches and lets you move other pieces around and really get creative. And then he goes down 8 plays into the season, and it really kind of handcuffed him with what they could do. But again, Eifert's healthy, Marvin Jones is healthy. You got 2 dynamic running backs. You got Rex Burkhead that they can put at running back or wide receiver. I think you're going to see these guys lining up all over the place. Mario Alford, the speed guy from West Virginia, is a guy that can run reverses and line up in the slot. I think you're going to see Hugh really open it up, and I think primarily they're going to run the ball more like they did, or unlike they did last year. They leaned on the pass a little bit too much last year, but with Hill and Bernard back there, they've got trust in Jeremy Hill now. Last year he was a rookie. They weren't quite sure what they had in him. They're going to lean on the run a little bit more, but when they do go to that passing game, it's going to be wide open. They're going to be doing different patterns, different formations, and try to keep the defenses guessing.
All right, let's get to the final 2 questions so we can get Jay out of here. What do you think the record's going to be with the Cincinnati Bengals this year, Jay?
I think 9-7 is a safe bet. I think they're a better team than they were last year, but the schedule was unquestionably tougher than it was last year. Last year, they played the NFC South and the AFC South, and they really beat up on those teams. This year, it's the AFC West and the NFC West. It's going to be a tougher road. And you look at the last quarter of that schedule. They got Pittsburgh, Baltimore, and then they got the primetime games where they struggle at Denver and at San Francisco. So it's going to be tough to get back to 10 win, but 9-7 just might win the AFC North this year.
Really? So you think they're going to win the AFC North at 9-7 then? That's a tough division in itself.
I don't think they will. I said 9-7 might win the division.
Right. But that's I think that happens to be almost the toughest division in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on Cleveland just because of the quarterback situation, but Patton's done a terrific job there, and they've got a really good defense, and I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. And Pittsburgh and Baltimore are going to be strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to watch that division play out. Okay, Super Bowl 50 is coming. Who are your picks for Super Bowl 50?
I'm going to say Indianapolis and Seattle. I just really like what Indy's got going. Their defense is a little suspect, but when you've got Andrew Luck and that offense, that's a terrific offense over there. And I may have stuck Green Bay. You asked me before Jordy Nelson went down, but with him out, I think it's really going to hamstring Aaron Rodgers a little bit. And Seattle's, they've been to the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. No reason to think they can't get back a third. So. That's what I'm going to go with, Indy and Seattle.
Well, you're not the only one going with Seattle and Indy. There's a lot of folks doing it. And there's a lot of writers going with Seattle, too, as well. Before we do let you go, Jay, why don't you let the folks know where they can find you on the Internet?
Yeah, sure. It's mydaytondailynews.com. And on Twitter, it's Jay Morrison, CMD, the initials for Cox Media Group. And same on Facebook. You can find me, Jay Morrison, DDN, initials for Dayton Daily News.
Hey, Jay, thank you so much for spending some time here with us on Sports World Radio. Hopefully we can do it again during the season.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you very much. There goes Jay Morrison of Cox Media Group talking Cincinnati Bengals football. We're going to run to a update, right, Sean?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're going to run to I lost my head for a second. We're going to run to a quick update. On the other side of this update, we'll talk some more football. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. It's The Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Jay, for coming on in for a wonderful interview. We're at 48 minutes past the hour on this 27th of August, 2015. Let's get caught up on Major League Baseball for this update. Today, the Dodgers shut out the Reds 1-0. Angels win a big game, do the same thing. They shut out the Tigers 2-0, keeping pace with the Yankees in the American League wild card. The Rangers, they win a big game to stay with the Yankees, too, sitting about now 3.5 back. They beat the Toronto Blue Jays, one of the hottest teams in the American League, 4-1. The Royals, they bounced back after losing last night 5-3 against the Orioles. That game just went final. The San Francisco Giants, they won a huge game against the Chicago Cubs to get real close with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West. So as baseball is winding down, we are knowing right away that things are getting tight and all the way to the finish and all the way to the end in what should be an intriguing September up ahead. The Padres at the Nationals, Mets at the Phillies, Pirates at the Marlins, Twins at the Rays, Mariners will take on the White Sox, and lastly it'll be the Cardinals at the Diamondbacks. In the NFL, preseason resumes tomorrow. We go to week number 3. It'll be the Patriots at the Panthers, Lions at the Jaguars. That game is actually on CBS tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. The Titans at the Chiefs. And then Saturday, of course, you've got Steelers at Bills, Falcons at Dolphins, Browns at Buccaneers, Vikings at Cowboys, Jets at Giants, Bears at Bengals, Redskins at Ravens, Seahawks at Chargers, Eagles at Packers, Colts at Rams, and lastly, the 49ers taking on the Broncos as the preseason will be in full swing this weekend. I am Sean Mann for the first of 2 updates for Sports World Radio. Remember, this update is brought to you by the Flipper. Go to flipperflipper.com and never, ever have to touch your toilet seat ever again. When we come back from this commercial break and update, Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann will resume with more sports talk. And then coming up at the top of the hour, Josh Lopez and Frank Sprankel will be coming on to give their sports perspective. And we got Skippy Bayless Bash Hour coming up. Be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours each and every Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the mountains...
Who cares?
I love that. Who cares, or figure it out, whichever one you want. Thank you to Jay Morrison of Cox Media Group coming on in, talk to us about the Cincinnati Bengals football. I had to do the Andy Dalton thing, man. I just had to. You know me, I'm a big Andy Dalton guy. You know that.
True. And speaking of the AFC North for the Bengals rivals, we go to their cross-state rivals. That would be the Cleveland Browns. The Browns coach Mike Pettine has made an announcement today at 53 minutes after the hour that Johnny Manziel, Johnny Football, will be sitting out the entire preseason. Manziel has a sore right elbow, will keep him from playing Saturday night against the Buccaneers. I think Mike Pettine just says, okay, he's got a sore elbow.
You know why he did that?
Games aren't worth a hill of beans.
You know why he did that? Because
Why?
he don't want to answer any questions about Johnny.
That,
so now he doesn't have to answer any questions about Johnny.
That, and because Mike Pettine says he wants to be cautious with Johnny Manziel, he wants to have him available possibly for the regular season, although he'll be on the
Scratch
bench.
my ass. Yeah. You said that so you don't have to deal with no questions no more. Don't give me none of your crap. That's why you did it. Don't lie. Come on.
Because the media will be all over them.
Don't lie. Come on now.
The media will be like all over the Cavaliers this year, and then, of course, the Browns. I have to bring the Cavaliers, even though we're talking football, because it seems like by this time last year, everybody was mostly focused on those two teams, just praising them from that channel. And Skippy Bayless was huge admirers of the Browns and the Cavaliers.
He still is.
Yeah.
Good thing he doesn't like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Only if they win.
You know, first time he says, my guy Andy Dalton, I'm going to smack him in his head. Hey, didn't he say a quote the other day that made me say I'm not going to be a Cincinnati Bengal fan anymore? I believe Josh.
Josh has all the Skippy quotes, so we'll see what he says.
Yeah, said a quote that Skip Bayless said, something about the Cincinnati Bengals, if I remember correctly, and I said, that's it. If he's going to be rooting and calling on my team, I'm not going to be rooting for him. I think it was something to that effect, if I remember correctly.
I can't wait to hear that when you bring him on at the top of the hour, along with Frank.
Yeah, I think it was something to that effect, if I remember correctly.
Other news to report from the NFL. We've been in the AFC North a lot, and we stay there. The Steelers' wide receiver, Martavis Bryant, violates the substance abuse policy. He will get a 4-game suspension for violating the NFL.
Can I ask you a question? He gets a 4-game suspension for violating the drug policy, and Tom Brady gets 4-game suspension for not knowing if the balls were deflated or not?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense at all, and
Exactly.
I do remember, to kind of update everybody, the judge did slam Roger Goodell, I believe it was yesterday, according to a report, so we'll see on August 31st if maybe this whole thing gets cleared up and Brady gets to play snaps under the center on opening night, but it doesn't make any sense at all.
Would be kind of nice to see.
Would be, because then I'd like to beat Wes on September 10th.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah, indeed. So I'll make Martavis Bryant a rat bastard candidate too, because he violated. It seems like we've heard a lot of that with NFL players, MLB or NBA, that you're just seeing players getting busted for violating the rules of the substance abuse policy.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. But what are you going to do for Jiminy Cricket's sakes?
I don't know. Players are turned into criminals and getting them and hurting themselves and their reputations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and according to Chris Carter, you should have a fall guy so you don't get in trouble.
Right now, with that, I can tell you tomorrow, I would not be surprised that Jeff votes Chris Carter as a rat bastard candidate.
Yeah, tomorrow's show is going to be a little flip-floppy. Okay? Tomorrow's show we're going to do a little flip-floppy. We are. We're going to do tomorrow's show a little different than we normally do the show. Normally we have the interviews in the first hour of the show. Tomorrow we're having the interview in the second hour of the show. At the bottom of the second hour of the show. Tomorrow we're having ex-NFL football player Tommy Harris on the show. He's coming in the bottom of the second hour. It's already been confirmed. Okay? Ex-football player Tommy Harris coming on in to talk to us about some football. I'm sure we'll cover the whole freaking league with him.
And everybody's ready for football, no doubt about it. Here it is tomorrow, the 28th of August, and hard to believe I got to say this, Jeff, but I believe it's 2 weeks from today is the first NFL regular season game.
2 weeks from today?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
August 27th.
That's nuts, man. 2 weeks from today.
This year's flying.
Flying by.
Flying fast.
Flying.
Let's see. In the NFL, another big story headline to report. RG3 is cleared to play his next preseason game after he got a concussion against the Lions.
Okay. If they play him, then Gruden deserves to be taken out.
Wonder what
If
Scott
they play-
Allen would say about
if
that.
they play him, Gruden doesn't deserve to be the head coach of that football team. He should not be playing in that game. There's no way. There's one more playoff game after that. You let him play a quarter or two in the last game and pray he doesn't get hurt so he can get some rhythm under him. But do not play him in this game coming up.
I know, Josh. I'm ready for it, too. I know. Everybody's ready for some NFL, 5th and the 12th. Yeah, I can agree with you, too, Jeff, that RG3 has been injury-prone, and Jay Gruden needs to be cautious just like Mike Pettine is with Johnny Manziel.
Exactly. It's crazy, man. Okay, let's run to our top of the hour break and get the boys in here.
Sure.
All right, listen to Jeff Escal and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back, bitches.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on Sports World Radio. All right, joining us like he does each and every Tuesday and Thursday in the second hour of the show is our good friend, the Big Wind himself, Frank Sprankle.
Thursdays are never the same, are they?
No, they're not. And also,
Thursdays actually get better when I come on.
yes, they do. And also joining us like he does each and every day for the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour, the producer and program director of this freaking show over here, Josh Lopez. What's up, my friend?
What's up?
How you doing, you hump?
I'm good.
Yeah?
He's the glue. Yep.
He is
Oh,
the glue.
hello there, Josh.
So what did you think of Mr. Morrison's thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals there, Josh?
I think he's a smart man. I said 9-7, and I don't think Andy Dalton will ever lead the Dalton. I don't think Andy Dalton will lead the Bengals to where they want to go.
The Oh, Frank, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, guys, I just got home. I heard the tail end of the interview. But the Cincinnati Bengals, they're a team. They're a quality regular season team. But when they get into the postseason, they're always one and done. Always one and done. Always one and done.
And Frank, the way I look at it, gentlemen, is that the thing with the Bengals is, yes, they get to the postseason. They have these great, maybe 11-5, 10-6 records, but they just can't get the monkey off their back. And what I'm getting at, it's been since January of 1991 since they last won a playoff game. And I know it just angers and stings the Bengal players because they've been so close, but they just.
I remember watching that game, by the way. That was against the Los Angeles Raiders.
Yeah, and ever since then, they've made it to the playoffs. And Marvin Lewis is a great coach, but they just can't get over that hump. They just would like to say, end the wild card misery, and Josh's reaction is telling the story.
I think Marvin Lewis is a great guy. I really do. And as far as a head coach, he's a good season coach, but the thing is, there's got to be progress when it comes to the postseason. We don't see that year in and year out from the Bengals.
Well, Josh, how would you assess Marvin Lewis? Jeff, your thoughts on Marvin Lewis?
He's a defensive coordinator.
At best.
At best. If you don't get if they don't get at least one playoff win, he's getting fired.
I'm going to
If
say
they don't make the playoffs, they'll be fired.
Yes.
I'm saying after this year, if he doesn't win that playoff game, boom. I know how you are about ifs.
And Jay pretty much said that, without saying it, really.
Guys, when was Lewis's first year with the Bengals? Was it 2000? I like to say it was around 2000. Not sure.
Let's talk about that later on.
No, 2000. Marvin Lewis was a coordinator of the 2000 Ravens. I'd have to look that up. And yeah, Josh is right. We can talk about that later on.
All right, so are we ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, on the 27th of August, we're 5 minutes after the hour. It's the Skippy Bayless Best Hour.
I don't know who it is, but somebody needs to lower their mic a little bit. It's really loud coming through these headphones. Anyway, Skip Bayless said that mine.
Then we begin the torture. Zzz, zzz.
Said my Pittsburgh Steelers made a mistake signing Michael Vick.
Of course they did.
Pittsburgh Steeler fans.
Wow, you're just figuring that out now? You're a jackass.
Yeah. I have to say, Skippy, it doesn't take...
Sean, lower your mic. You're really loud.
What the hell?
My ear's about to blow off.
It's not loud in my ear.
Yeah, you're not going to sue him, are you? If your ears blow off, you're going to sue Sean, are you?
Yeah.
He's not going to sue me because he lost the bet. I can say, though, that Skippy Bayless, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out a stinking thing about Michael Vick. Steeler fans have been upset from day one.
Skippy Bayless said that he hates losing Scandrick, but Cowboys will still be deep and good enough to win the NFC.
Okay, you want to know something? I watched. This was yesterday, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I knew that was coming from yesterday. You want to know why? Because Stephen A. Smith went off on him, telling him that you're depending on 6-7 guys who are coming back from injury. 2 of them can't stay off the weed. That's what he was saying. They can't stay off the weed. You got guys coming back from injury. You're dependent on 6-7 guys who don't know what the... I don't know, Skip. It was hilarious. I was loving it. So I agree with Stephen A. Smith. Skip is crazy.
Skippy Bayless said Cowboys pass rush will be more explosive. Sean Lee, Mo Claiborne, Byron Jones, Patman. It's going to be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, what, are you going to have 5 running backs compared to the one that you had let go away? Hey, just because you got a good offensive line don't mean anybody can run through it.
Frank, how would you assess that?
I assess the fact that Skip Bayless, first of all, is putting the Cowboys too much on a pedestal. And second of all, the Cowboys having the best pass rush. Let me see their schedule. They're going to have to face some pretty solid quarterbacks. Maybe not in their division.
Yeah, they have to face Eli Manning on opening night.
Skippy Bayless said that how is it college football has 0 preseason games or scrimmages when another team in the NFL still has 4 preseason games?
Skip. College football does have preseason games. Skip. Alabama plays like Florida A&M.
Skip, screw preseason football. I'm sick of it. I can hardly wait until Saturday. Oh, it's back, and we got to praise the top 25 schools. I'll just shut the TV off.
Quite frankly, I find the quippity in your statement to be rather false.
Well, big deal. Why do we have to always have college football on? It's so boring. Nobody wants to watch it.
Because the NFL needs a circle collusion to get these teams together.
What?
Circulution.
Okay, sure. That's easy for you to say.
That's why Jeff and I agree that we don't want to watch that.
I watch college football, but I like the play calling in the NFL. I like the wide open offenses.
Who?
Josh, are you ready for college football?
Quite frankly, I can't wait to see the Northwestern defense be animalistic.
Quite frankly, I can't wait to take naps during college football. That's a perfect time for me to sleep.
Dude, wait, what's this word, animalistic? Dude, like, all of a sudden Josh is trying to become smart, which I think he is, but he's trying to become smarter.
It's not me.
He's trying to become a scholar.
It's not me. Skippy Bayless said that he said my Cincinnati Bengals will lose the AFC North this year.
Oh, so now they're all of a sudden your Cincinnati Bengals. Oh
yeah, but what's up with that? My Cincinnati Bengals will lose the AFC North? What the hell's up with that, you schmuck?
What the hell's up with that? How about the fact that it's my Pittsburgh Steelers as well?
Skippy Bayless said that Andrew Luck and Andy Dalton are tied for most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL.
Andrew Luck?
You're
correct.
putting Andrew. Oh my gosh!
I'll agree with Dalton, but not Andrew Luck.
Oh my gosh, Skippy! You know what, Skippy? I can say that about Tony Romo, that he is the most overrated quarterback. Look at the fact that he's got 2 playoff wins. That's funny.
Jeff?
It's funny.
Nothing. That's it.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, come on. How many more times can I call him a jackass?
It's never not funny.
There's only so many times you can call him a moron and a jackass, you know. And I
gotta think of new words for
right.
Skip Bayless.
And I would rather just wait till he really screws up for those.
Skippy Bayless said that Clay Buchholz will lead the Boston Red Sox during the offseason.
You don't know that. Shut your yap. Season is not even over, and he's already predicting it. What an idiot!
What an idiot!
Quite frankly, I find Clay Buchholz's position in the Red Sox ebullient, and quite frankly, I think you're wrong, Skip.
Not Stephen A. Whatever.
Quite frankly,
you're
I think
saying
you're wrong,
whatever,
Skip.
but not Stephen A. is helping you out in your claim.
Yeah,
quite frankly, I'm free.
Well, not Stephen A. I know you're trying to help me out in the claim, but why don't you find yourself another co-host? We wouldn't have to listen to Skippy anymore.
Quite frankly, I'm not the one that made the show. I was invited to be on the show, and I agreed.
What's this so quite frankly all of a sudden?
Oh, gosh.
Well, obviously you don't know anything about Stephen A. Smith if you don't know why he says quite frankly all the time.
Yeah, I know, but quite frankly, dude, it gets
Quite
too
frankly,
old
my
after
ears
a while.
are
Change something else.
Quite frankly, my ears are bleeding.
Anyway, Skippy Bayless said that mine. He said the St. Louis Cardinals are going to win 100 games before the Kansas City Royals do.
I think we already knew that.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on a second. What's the record of the St. Louis Cardinals in the Kansas
All right,
City
I'll
Royals?
find
81. They got
81,
wins.
and the Royals have got 78.
I think the Cardinals will win 100 before I will agree there.
Yeah, but hey, Jiminy Cricket douchebag. I'm talking to you, Skip. Okay? Royals have a 12.5 game lead. St. Louis has only got a 4.5 game lead with probably 2 series left to go with Pittsburgh.
And I can say this too, Frank. Possibly get ready for a Missouri World Series in October.
They've been waiting for that for 30 years.
I can get 2 flying fake Newtons about the St. Louis Cardinals.
Josh,
Or
just won't
Missouri.
watch the post. Josh, you won't watch the postseason with the Cardinals in there.
Skippy Bayless said that
was shocked? Wait, if he says my, he should be shocked.
Yeah, Josh, I was going to do the tongue thing, but he was making me laugh.
He said, my Dallas Cowboys should own all NFL stadiums.
That just made no sense.
What?
He said Jerry Jones should buy all NFL stadiums.
What's the point?
See what I mean? Sometimes he just says really stupid stuff, like right there.
Yeah.
Because Skippy believes that Jerry Jones can turn any NFL organization around and bring the fans back to the stadiums.
Buy every NFL stadium. Yikes.
Skippy Bayless said that Andy Dalton reminds him of Vinny Testaverde, a guy that will never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jeff, that's addressed towards you since you praise Andy Dalton.
Tony Romo reminds me of Vinny Testaverde. How do you like that, Skip? Tony Romo reminds me of Vinny Testaverde. Huh? Doesn't Tony Romo got as many playoff wins as Vinny Testaverde right now? Shut up, Skip.
Skippy Bayless, last thing before we head to that commercial break, Skippy Bayless said that Vince McMahon needs to retire.
What?
Whoa.
Where is he going to retire from? He's not wrestling. He's just doing all business now. He could do that till he drops dead.
Yeah, he's not involved in any physical activity.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he's coming over there to kick your ass.
Well, I can see that happening.
You know, and I'm talking to Skip on that one. You know?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come over there and kick your ass, but you're not going to do nothing, Skip. Nothing. Nothing. Let's run to our quarter of the hour break. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Showman, Josh Lopez, Frank Sprinkle on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on Sports World Radio. Okay, boys, let's get back to bashing Skippy.
Well, I got to make sure that everybody's up because it seems like somebody continues to sleep.
Who?
Well, I'm awake.
I'm up.
Why are you so down and sleepy over there, Mr. Big Bet Winner?
Oh, because I was up partying last night, celebrating and showing Josh that it was the end of his bet wins.
Yeah, and I did 11 hours of radio yesterday, and I'm still up.
I was,
I was out working.
And an
pretty much
interview
all
this
day.
morning.
Yeah.
Back to the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Skip Bayless said the Boston Red Sox are the worst organization in sports in 2015.
I can think of
crap,
others that are
Sherlock.
worse.
No crap, Sherlock. Boy, it doesn't take rocket science to figure that one out, Nimrod.
Skippy Bayless said that he said my San Diego Chargers will be 7-9, and Philip Rivers will be gone from San Diego.
Hey, Schmuckola.
They just signed a new contract.
Thank you.
Hey, take your words, Jeff. You said contract extensions don't mean a hell of beans.
Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second. That's different with quarterbacks.
No,
and
you can't change subjects.
Philip Rivers has a lot more money than
Yeah,
you
so
know-
you hit me about Farrell. What the
You
heck
know
is up with
damn
that?
well that the San Diego Chargers aren't going to give him a 4-year contract and then cut him after year one of that
I
extension.
can't give you that one,
You
Jeff.
know
I'm
that.
sorry.
You know that they're not going to cut him from his contract or fire him.
All right. Skip.
Plus,
by the way,
he's got $65 million guaranteed.
yeah.
So he doesn't
think
care.
About it. Philip Rivers has a lot more money than Skip Bayless ever
Right,
will
who
have
cares?
in his life.
You know what? Philip Rivers, okay, fire me. I don't care. I just got $65 million guaranteed. Who cares?
Pretty cool. Philip Rivers could sit on his rear end.
Okay. We have before we get to the next quote, Jeff. We have a Ryan Dick Blazing update. I just got an email from him, buddy.
Yeah.
He said Frank Sprinkles, the Robert Quivers of Sports World Radio. He never shuts up.
Thank you.
Dude, that's a compliment. I want to thank. Can I thank Ryan's Dick Blazing for the compliment?
So you're complimenting him, calling you a broad.
Do a broad?
Yeah,
so he's calling me. He's calling me a female.
Were you listening? I said Robin
Quivers. That's Howard Stern's.
Oh yeah,
co-host.
Howard Stern's. Yeah, the black lady. I
Well,
like
then,
Robin Quivers.
Then Ryan Stick of Blazing. How about 2 words? Shut up.
How about 2 words?
Wait a second, boys. How about this, Mr. Blazing? I'm living inside your head rent-free. Thank you very much.
Hey, Ryan, got balls?
Oh, also Ryan said for you, Jeff. He says that you live in the past.
I live in the past.
What past?
Yeah, when it came to like the Eli Manning grad you had a couple of days ago.
Is he
I live
Amish?
in the past.
Yeah, he said that.
You're crazy,
Amish?
dude. You know what? I'm definitely living inside your head rent-free. And I just don't. And you want to know something? I just don't got a portion of your brain. I got about half of your brain, buddy. Thank you.
Oh God, that's funny.
Oh yeah, that's so far from the truth. It's ridiculous.
I feel like me. I feel like me and Jeff represent one side of the Sports World Radio family that doesn't live in the past, and Frank and Sean live in the past.
Exactly.
On the other side.
Exactly.
Stop living in the past.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what? I do know how to drive.
Oh, that Skype
Yeah,
profile.
I live in the past. I'm not the one who talks about the 1965 team or the 1982. I don't do that. I talk about what's going on now.
Yeah, nobody cares about those teams anyway.
Yeah, do I talk about the 1984
Shut up.
Chicago Cubs quite a bit?
No, not about sports. He said that Ryan said you're stuck in the past because you always bring up ECW every day, and it's 18 years ago.
That was the best wrestling ever created.
But you want to know something? He's listening to us right now, ain't he?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Exactly, because he can't not listen to us.
Well,
He
you
loves
banned
us.
him. You kicked him off the show.
Skippy Bayless said that the Saints made a mistake signing C.J. Spiller. He's a perennial injury guy.
Oh, Shabba, that's addressed towards you.
Shabba,
That could very well be, my friends. That could very well be.
That guy does get injured a lot.
When was the last time he played a full season?
It had to be like 3-4 years ago.
Exactly.
And Frank, how would you assess the Saints?
As long as they're not paying him big bucks.
Guys, aren't the Saints in the decline period anyway?
I think so.
Well, they got Drew Brees.
Yeah, but Drew Brees can't play forever.
Drew Brees is like Old Yeller now.
He's getting there, ain't he?
Right, Jeff? Old Yeller?
Old Yeller.
Oh, careful, Shabba's in the house. Got to be respectful to the Saints.
Ooh.
I'm scared.
Skippy Bayless said that Robert Griffin III being cleared by the doctors is a mistake and that he should take some more rest.
Yeah, I think so. See, I said this earlier. If Coach Gruden plays him this week, he deserves to be fired.
And who are the Redskins going to get as coach, Jeff?
It doesn't matter. If he plays him this week, he deserves to be fired because that's just putting that guy – he's just putting RG3 at risk if he sticks him in the game.
Correct. Hey, how about RG3 learning to pass the football?
I mean, I'm not an RG3 fan. I'm not an RG3 fan, but even I know that that's stupid.
Hey, Frank and Josh, I have to say this, that Daniel Snyder would keep his options open to figure out who he'd want as another new head coach if Jake Gruden makes dumb decisions.
Well, maybe he'll bring in his brother, John. He's tried every other goddamn coach there is.
I have a question. What happened to the Redskins? They used to be, when I was little, they used to be one of the winningest organizations and all. They were winners. They were winning Super Bowls growing up.
Frank, they've gone in decline.
I know, dude, decline. They've been in decline since 1991.
Skippy Bayless, he's a wrestling coach, Jeff. Skippy Bayless said people who write or own wrestling websites are not real journalists.
That's coming from somebody who's won his own award twice.
That means nothing.
That means by winning the Skip Bayless Douche Canoe Award of the Week, that means you're pretty bad in your job, and he won it twice.
And remember, for Skippy Douche Canoe, Skippy, you've been nominated not once but twice. Don't be surprised.
And won it twice. And won it twice. And the reason why you keep winning it twice, and the reason why is because you made the stupid-ass remark that freaking Tony Romo played against the Chargers on a Thursday night when he didn't even suit up, you jackass.
And that was 2 weeks ago when that happened.
And then you made the statement. And then you made the statement that he played okay last week when he was 1 for 1, -1. What the hell were you watching?
He was in fantasy land, Jeff.
I kind of laugh because I am out of a wrestling website, but I guess I'm not a real journalist.
I guess not.
No, you're not. No, you're not, Josh. You're a Gluto.
Yeah, you're the glue that holds this whole crap together. I had to call him several times to get names and figure out things. He's the glue, man.
And, Frank, you have to remember that Tony Romo is under pressure this year to see if he can lead the Cowboys to the Super Bowl glory.
But he better. He's 35. The odds are going down.
Skippy,
go ahead.
Skippy Bayless said that Howard Stern should retire and that Skip Bayless should take over his slot on Sirius XM.
There's a problem. There's a problem with that, Skip. You can't take over his slot. You know why? You're not crude enough.
Well, come on, Jeff. He has more experience than Howard Stern.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe Howard Stern's been on the radio longer than he has.
And Skippy's going to be 64 in December. Anybody going to give him a birthday present?
Can I ask you a question? Does Skippy consider himself a journalist or a sports broadcaster?
A columnist / broadcaster.
So he considers
How about an idiot?
So he considers himself a writer first, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the problem right there. Howard Stern don't consider himself a writer. He's a broadcaster, and that's all he does. Hey, Laura. He's a broadcaster, and that's all he does. Just like me. I'm not a writer. I'm a broadcaster. I could talk circles around you, you son of a bitch.
Skippy Bayless said that the NHL will be interesting once the Las Vegas Aces start playing hockey.
I want to have a Sports World Radio party in Vegas during the hockey season, and all of us go to a hockey game.
All right, Josh, Frank, and we better start saving up our money for Vegas.
Dude,
Jeff,
you know what I hear? I hear the bars.
Hey, calm down, man. Jeez. Holy shit.
He gets excited, man.
Frank, would you accept that challenge to go to Vegas and have a sports radio party? Let's go to Vegas. There you go.
City. Dude, I hear the bars are open almost 24 hours a day.
Well, if the casino's open 24 hours a day, then the bar is too.
Look at Laura. Skippy's birthday party.
A flaming bag of crap. That's great, Laura. Next.
Skippy Bayless said that Skippy Bayless said the Chicago Cubs do not have enough starting pitching depth to win a NL playoff series.
Who, the Cubs?
I think they got a pretty good starting depth, especially Jake Arrieta. I mean,
well, Frank, not according to Skippy. He believes that the Cubs will be just a fluke and they'll lose and have another year of misery.
Well, okay, if they lose, hold on. But if they lose, then they've exceeded expectations. You want to know why? They were in last the last 2 years.
Is it safe to say that Joe Madden deserves to be the coach of the year?
Yes.
I'd
The
have
manager
to
of
say
the
so.
year, and yes, even if the Cubs don't,
Yes.
even if the Cubs don't go far in the postseason,
Yes.
dude, of course.
Yeah, nobody
However,
expected
Josh,
that,
Cubs
dude.
win the World Series, I'm sure they'll stick it to White Sox fans.
What does the White
I
Sox
won't.
have to do with Chicago Cubs?
The fact that the Cubs want to win a World Series, because I'm sure White Sox fans stuck it to Cub fans in 05.
Are you just trying to reel in up again about how you won the bat last night?
Yes.
Sure, I'm celebrating.
So you know what?
I
You
love
know,
it.
you know what the thing is about him? When
Yeah.
he wins a bet, he's all happy and go lucky, and he likes to rub it in your face. When he loses a bet, he tells you to shut the hell up all the time.
And then calls you names and then
Right.
say, "Oh, we're not betting anymore."
Right, because he can give it out, but he can't take it.
Hold it! Frank was almost trying to get himself out of the bet. I don't see it getting on him, and he finally
but
owes
see,
up to his.
But you're a two-sided bettor.
Yeah, you are.
When you win, you're happy
Sure.
as hell. When you lose, you're a piece of crap.
Sure, sure.
You're two.
Sure.
That's what we call.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in New York. That's what we call a two-side bettor.
Well,
He's an angry bettor. When he loses, he's angry. When he wins, he's happy. He's a
I'm
two-side
sure when
bettor.
you lose, you're angry too, Jeff.
I
When
don't.
you lose.
Do you hear me yelling and screaming and shut up? I don't want to hear it. No, I don't. I give flying fig Newton. Well, and when was the last time I lost a bet?
To me,
When was the last time?
December last year.
Okay,
I got it.
That was a pretty long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you never can get past AA, which is pretty funny.
I got smart. I don't bet with that son of a bitch no more. Hey, we're going to run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by the Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your Flipper today and never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. It's the Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Josh Lopez, with the final update of the day.
Thank you, Jeff, Frank, and Sean. Welcome, everybody. Sports World Radio's Thursday edition here on a Thursday, August 27th. Right now it's 6:30 in the Central, which makes it 7:30 in the East. If you live in the West, figure it out for yourself. Our condolences go out to former NBA star and Hall of Famer Daryl Dawkins, who passed away at the age of 58. Let's take a look at the scores for the MLB. Dodgers beat the Reds 1-0 today. The Angels shut out the Tigers 2-0. The Texas Rangers beat the hot Toronto Blue Jays 4-1. The Chicago Cubs got whooped in San Francisco as they lost to the Giants 9-1. The Kansas City Royals beat the Orioles 5-3. And the Seattle Mariners, who take out the Chicago White Sox tonight. Other games going on right now. Pirates at Marlins, that's top of the second. Rays up 2-0 at the first. And let's take a look at the NFL games slated for tonight. While this thing gets uploaded. Well, actually, we don't have any tonight. Actually, we have the football game start tomorrow as the Patriots are at the Panthers. On Saturday, the Bears play the Bengals. Also, the Giants take on the Jets. That's the lovely preseason game that everybody witnessed every year. And it was announced today that the Washington Redskins lost Junior Gillette for the year for torn Achilles, and Johnny Manziel will miss the final two preseason games for the Cleveland Browns. This update has been brought to you by the Flipper. Go to flipperflipper.com. We'll be back with more sports talk with Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, and the big win himself, Frank Sprinkle.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hello. Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal Show, man, bring you the fastest 2.5 or 2 hours or whatever the hell's going on here, man. Hey, listen, if you haven't signed up for our sports shorts yet, head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts and sign up today. That was a doozy commercial break right there.
Yep.
That was a doozy commercial break right there.
Kind of talking a little bit about the schmuck and idiot we're talking about now.
Yeah, let's get back to our final couple of Skippy Bayless Best Hour quotes.
Skippy Bayless said that
Here we go again.
My Denver Broncos will beat my San Diego Chargers.
No way.
Kansas City Chiefs and my Oakland Raiders for the AFC West Divisional Championship.
Yeah. Look at what Skip Bayless just did.
Hey!
He made the shock-o-meter evaporate. It's breaking down.
Hey, Jeff, there's the shock meter. The shock goes on the AFC West Division.
Screw him. What I want to know is, how does a guy throw a football with no feeling in his fingers?
Yeah, would that help?
Yeah, how does that happen? Huh?
Yourself to do it.
How does something like that happen? Guy's got no feeling in his fingertips and he's throwing a freaking ball. What's up with that?
That's odd.
Unbelievable. Listen, I don't think the Raiders are going to do anything in that division. I think it's going to be a 3-team division, whether it's the Broncos, Chargers, and Chiefs, Broncos, whatever the hell it is. I'm hoping that the Broncos don't win that division.
I don't want to see Denver win, but Frank, I want to hear your thoughts on the Oakland Raiders.
Well, they got a new head coach. That's pretty good. And Jack
the Raiders,
of course.
The Raiders have been in decline since they lost the Super Bowl.
They might be going to St. Louis.
Boom.
They might be going to St. Louis.
Stadium in decline?
Yeah, and then they'll become the L.A. Raiders in Carson, California.
They're going to go to St. Louis.
At least they'll have a new stadium. They won't have to share with a baseball team. Although, aren't you going to miss those infield baseball diamonds? Remember, you used to have, during the baseball season, you'd have the multi-purpose teams. You'd have the diamond, the infield diamond, and you could see it during a game.
Uh-huh.
Skippy Bayless said that he could make The Undertaker tap out.
Oh, jeez, that's maybe the most delusional. That may be more delusional than purchasing every NFL stadium as a Cowboy shoe.
What I want to know is, how are you going to put him in a headlock when you're going to come up to his freaking belly button? Huh? How are you going to put him in a headlock when you're going to reach his belly button? That's how tall you are against him.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbass.
Yeah. Skippy Bayless said that
Wearing out the shocker over there, man.
Shocker's quiet.
Yeah. Skippy Bayless said that my Arizona Cardinals will win the NFC West.
They did play pretty well last year.
They
but
did.
They got Seattle to contend.
Yeah,
they can't overtake Seattle.
Isn't Seattle in that division?
Yes,
correct.
And the 49ers, Josh.
The fact the 49ers have as much of a chance of making the playoffs as the Redskins do.
See, I happen to agree with Schaber. I happen to think it's going to be the Rams and the Raiders moving to L.A.
Oh, gosh.
It'll be like L.A. 25 years ago.
Yeah,
who
cares?
20 years ago, Frank.
Skippy Bayless said he loves the playing game for MLB playoffs.
That's
I
so
love it too.
stupid.
Oh, jeez Louise. Hey, Skip Bayless is a great... Skip and I agree on something.
Frank, that is so stupid. A play-in game. Oh, my goodness.
Gives the Cubs a shot.
Get rid of the play-in game and put the divisional series back to the way it is. Play the one-game playoff game with two teams tied. Have it back the way it was before. Stupid play-in game.
Hey, win your division. Go to the divisional round.
Oh, jeez.
If there was no playing game, we wouldn't even be talking about Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, great. World Series starts October 27th. Gets done in early November. What a crock.
All right, I'll agree there. I'll agree. Major League Baseball really messed that up.
Well,
all right. Now's the wrap for the Skip Bayless Bash Hour. I have some more quotes for you tomorrow. Okie dokie.
And don't forget, tomorrow's show.
Why is everybody talking like gravy all of a sudden?
I don't know. Don't forget, tomorrow's show, second hour, and tomorrow's show, bottom of the second hour, we're going to have Tommy Harris, ex-NFL football player, joining us here on Sports World Radio.
Bears football.
All right, 39 minutes after the hour in Major League Baseball. They've already talked about potential World Series matchups, speaking of which, with the Fall Classic expected to start 2 months from today. At
Correct.
number one, everybody says we need a matchup like this. The Pittsburgh Pirates to represent the National League to take on the Kansas City Royals to represent the American League.
Well, you want a ratings grabber, that ain't it.
Frank, how would you feel about a Pirates-Royals World Series?
I'd watch it, but to your point, Sean, I wish the World Series were not starting on October 27th. Here's the thing. Didn't we joke about this years back?
Yes.
Yeah, but we potentially, well, who knows? We had the Royals and the Pirates in the postseason last year.
Do you really think Major League Baseball wants the Pirates and the Royals in the World Series? Talk about a ratings killer.
They certainly want the Cubs. Question is, are the Cubs good enough to be in the World Series?
What a ratings killer that would be.
Hey, wasn't 2003 supposed to have been the World Series of all World Series?
Yes, and that should have happened, and my heart was crushed. Don't remind me about it.
Yeah. Skippy Bayless.
My
bad. Sorry.
You got more? You got another one? You got another one? Throw it out there.
Okay, I had one, and then I wanted to go to a topic Frank wanted to talk about. Skippy Bayless said that my Cleveland Cavaliers will break all the NBA records this next season.
Maybe you shouldn't have put that one out there. Oh, come on, man.
Come on,
really?
Because
come on, Skippy.
Skippy wants an NBA championship in Cleveland. He wants the Cavs to win so bad.
Come on.
Come on, man. Hey, Frank, so you said you wanted to talk about Patrick Kane and Derrick Rose?
Oh, yeah, yes. Look, I'm not accusing them of anything.
I'll get back to the World Series matchups. Let's go to this.
Hold on. We're talking. It's Frank's hour. Frank wants to talk about this. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Frank.
no, actually, let's talk about the World Series here.
No, I was saying this is Frank's hour. I said we'll get back to it. I got it saved.
Okay, cool.
Listen, did you guys hear about Derrick Rose being accused of rape here? I mean,
yes, I heard about that. And what is it? Rape and what? Gunks, something else. And Josh, I was on a Skype call with you last night. And you were saying everybody's against Chicago. Patrick Kane.
I was thinking the same thing.
First, it's Patrick Kane at the Blackhawks, and then Derrick Rose gets busted for something. What the heck? Where's the evidence? Where's the proof?
Wait a minute. Wasn't this 2 years ago? The alleged rape took place 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, but why are you suing? Listen, why are you suing now? Why are you pressing criminal charges now? Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you do it 2 minutes after the fact?
I don't know.
I think people just come up with something because they're that bored. Maybe preseason's not that intriguing. I mean, but look where we get this freaking story from. TMZ.
Oh, I hate TMZ.
It's ridiculous. Unless you have actual evidence, this story means absolutely fake news to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing.
Need the truth,
here's the thing. I don't think
innocent
Rose
until proven guilty.
Yes, he is, like Patrick Kane.
That's right.
Although I'm going to say this about Patrick Kane, the guy can't come out of hiding in a month because that's when training camp is starting in the NHL in a few weeks.
Actually, the training camp is kind of beginning now because yesterday, Frank, when we had Ron Gallo on, Phil Kessel's been working out with the Penguins. So a lot of hockey players right now, gentlemen, are starting to return back to training camp because exhibition preseason's coming up here in a couple weeks, and the season starts October 7th. And I have to congratulate two good friends of mine, of course, for the Blackhawks. They'll have my Blackhawk friends because they'll be raising the banner on October 7th. Congrats, you bet.
How neat will it be? The third one in the last 5 years.
And real quickly before we get to commercial, Josh and Frank, that had to be such a special moment because the Blackhawks winning it at home. I mean, it'd been such a long time since they had won a Stanley Cup at home.
Well, for me, it was
like
more
late 30s, you know?
For me, 1938, but for me, it was more that was 2010. For me, it was 2010 because that was the first time that the Blackhawks in my lifetime had won the Stanley Cup, and just thinking about where this organization had been for many years at that point. Now the Blackhawks had ended their 49-year drought at that point. I'll say it was special in 2013, and yes, 2015 winning at home. But you know what, 2010, nothing tops 2010.
Well, you have to remember, 2013 was a hard one for me because of sloppy defense toward the end. But, oh well, the Blackhawks were a tough team to beat that year. What can I say? And on that note, we got to go to our last commercial break of the day.
You're listening to Jeff Escow, Showman, Josh Lopez, Frank Sprinkle on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family. We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, so the boys are all here. Final segment of the show. Josh is here. Frank is here.
Hello.
Yeah, we're all here.
All right, the last story we get to, back to the World Series. They came out with the top 5. Okay, so number 1 was Pirates and the Royals. Number 2 for a fall classic matchup possibly could be the Chicago Cubs taking on the Houston Astros.
You know what that series? You know what's going to happen during that series? Here, let me tell you.
No, how could you? If it were the Cubs, how could you?
Frank will watch because he wants to see that Billy Goat end.
That's funny.
It's almost like, could you imagine the Cubs and the White Sox defeating the Astros in a decade to win?
MLB is going to have a heart attack if it's the Cubs and the freaking.
It happened directly 10 years ago.
I remember it, Josh. You were happy about that. The White Sox ended that. The Cubs taking on Astros.
I'm gonna make everybody feel old. I was 11 when the White Sox won the World Series.
I was, 18 when that happened.
I am not watching the Cubs and the freaking Houston Astros, okay?
Ready for number 3.
Wait, what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing? Sleeping the entire time?
Yeah, I'm going. Damn Skippy.
All right, number
what's the other
3.
one?
Here's number 3.
I'd rather listen to Skippy than watch that series.
Number 3 for the World Series Fall Classic matchup idea. It would be the New York Mets returning to the World Series for the first time in 15 years, taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mets Blue Jays Fall Classic.
Let me ask you, Jeff, what do you think of that?
Sean, let me say it. Whatever's on that list, including the Cardinals and Royals, they're all boring to me.
All right, well, Mets and the Blue Jays. Hey, Blue Jays haven't been in it since somebody named Joe Carter hit a home run.
Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a Fig Newton?
Number 4, the City of Angels World Series. The Dodgers against the Angels.
What did that conclude these inner rivalries? Because the Cubs and White Sox met in 1906.
I don't want to see that.
The Angels have not been in a World Series since 2002. The Dodgers haven't been there since 1988. So
come on, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, you could drive up for that World Series.
Yeah, Jeff, save up your money.
Yeah, drive up. Get the hell out of here, all of you.
All right.
You're not going to want to see the World Series. What's your problem?
The hell's the matter with you? Yeah,
the Dodgers and the Angels. How about that? That'll bring all the Hollywood celebrities to watch the World Series.
And Jeff Escow.
No, it won't. I can guarantee it won't.
Number 5, the Washington Nationals against the Baltimore.
Come on, they're out of it. That's stupid. Both of them are out of it. They're not even near it being. Get the hell out of here.
The Nationals and the Orioles?
Yeah, come on. They're not even close to making the playoffs.
Come on.
Put this list together.
Hey, Sean, who wrote this damn article?
This, David Schoenfield, Sweet Spot blogger.
Yeah, schmuck.
What? What type of website is that?
Here we go.
No, don't put it. Don't put it in the chat room. We don't want to give this guy no pub because that's a terrible article.
The matchups he says he doesn't want to see. Number 5, Cubs Yankees.
I didn't want to see any of the freaking matchups he said he wanted to see.
Yeah, you got a story from a satire website.
This is what he says. The top 5 is what he wants, and these are the matchups he doesn't want to see. Cubs and the Yankees, Frank. I don't think he wants a rematch of Babe Ruth.
Get this guy on our show.
I'll take the Cubs versus anybody at this point.
Send the article to Josh so Josh can get this guy on the show.
Oh, yeah, I'll send it to you, Josh, through Facebook Messenger. Here's another matchup that he doesn't want. Cardinals and the Royals.
Wow, he finally said something
Show me the World Series.
I don't want to...
And how about this matchup? Cardinals
you know what? I'd probably watch that series, the Cardinals and the Royals.
I don't understand why he doesn't want to see it.
Cubs and Royals.
It's boring, man.
I'd probably watch that series, Cubs and Royals.
Am I the only one that's sick and tired of seeing the Cardinals in every fucking World Series?
I said Cubs and Royals.
I'd love to see Cubs and Royals. Two teams that sucked a decade ago.
Screw the Cards and the Royals.
Josh, we have to think of Don Denkinger. He still takes publicity.
Only you would think about that, history boy.
All right, How about this matchup? A rematch of 1964 World Series. The Cardinals and the Yankees is a matchup.
Oh, God.
Dude, it seems that you people hate the World Series.
You know what? It's kind of getting played.
Yeah, I just hate the teams that are in the playoffs every year. There's no team that's making the playoffs this year that catches my eye. I would like to see the Blue Jays win it because Mark Burley's on it, but that's it.
How about this? This is funny. He says, Giants versus anyone. Nothing personal here, Giants fans, but 3 titles in 5 years. Give another team a chance.
Hey, Frank, what was your thoughts on Fernando Rodney going to the Cubs?
Hey, the Cubs could use more pitching help.
I think that's the steal of the trade or waiver deadline, whatever you want to call it.
I think the Cubs certainly have boosted their pitching staff.
Another matchup, Josh, get ready, that he doesn't want to see. Dodgers against Yankees.
This guy doesn't want to see...
Dodgers and Yankees.
This guy doesn't want to see anything, does he?
He doesn't want to see these old matchups, apparently, from what I'm reading.
Well, then stop watching
What does he want to see? Royals and Mets?
Stop watching baseball games.
And number 1, Mets versus Astros.
That's even worse than Cubs and Astros.
They met in the 86 NLCS.
I can't wait to send this to Josh.
You have casual fans that think the Astros are still a National League team. What do they think when they see the Mets and the Astros? Oh, the regular season's still going on in October?
They met in 1986, Josh, and that's why he doesn't want to see a World Series match.
Hey, do you know how we can make Major League Baseball interesting and to that effect the World Series interesting? It's called getting rid of interleague play.
Exactly. I've been calling it for freaking years, man.
And Josh, you're sick of interleague play. It seems like it's a weekly tradition for baseball season.
What do you have to say, Glue? Hey, Glue.
No comments.
That's why Josh. That's why the interleague play really makes Josh tired.
Go ahead, Frank.
It does, doesn't it?
Go ahead, buddy.
Well, what MLB does is that they make it a tradition to play former Fall Classic matchups throughout the whole season for interleague play. Now they've expanded it. It was always June for an entire month. Now it's like, let's make it weekly. Like tomorrow, the Red Sox play the Mets, a rematch of 1986.
Hey, let me ask you this, Glue. Would you want to watch the A's and the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead.
Hey, are we still going to that game in September?
We'll talk about it. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, the Glue wants me to take him to Wrigley so we can see the Cubs and the Cardinals. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about it over the weekend. Give me a call. I'll be home most of the weekend doing nothing.
Yeah, he's got no life. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I don't have a. Yeah, listen. I'm surprised women don't like me.
Yeah, well, you know why?
You're not alone in that department.
You know why? Because you're the big wind.
Dude, but I'm damn handsome.
That don't mean a hill of beans.
Wait, hold on. You said the reason why women aren't flocking to me, Jeff, is because I don't know how to cook.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but I do know how to cook.
What? Hot Pockets?
Yeah, dude, seriously, I know how to cook. I cook those in the microwave. Dude, I know how to cook frozen pizzas. I know how to cook.
Yeah, you're gonna bring
cheese in the microwave.
Hey, honey, come back to my place. I'll make you a Hot Pocket and frozen pizza. Yeah, that's gonna go over well. No wonder why you don't got a broad.
Hey, sweetheart, here's a TV dinner.
Yeah.
I can order Chinese.
Oh man, you gotta cook for them.
Cook?
You're nuts.
I tried to cook once. I almost blew the house up.
That, you know what? That I believe, Frank.
Seriously, I almost never met you guys because 20 years ago I almost blew my house.
That I believe. That I believe.
It's crazy. 2 years ago I was in college for music in Columbia, and then 2 years later I'm here at Sports World Radio.
Okay, see,
you're hearing about
Frank,
me cooking in the microwave.
Well, see, Frank, I'm making dinner tonight. You know what I'm making tonight?
Fish?
No, I'm making chicken and rice. And I'm gonna,
that's a healthy dish. What kind of chicken?
I'm gonna chicken breast. I'm gonna brown my chicken in the pan. Then I'm gonna pour tomatoes into it, crushed tomatoes and some tomato sauce in there, and cook the tomato sauce and the chicken all together. Then I'm gonna cook my freaking brown rice, right? And then I'm gonna take the freaking brown rice and throw it into the chicken and the tomato sauce and mix it all together. Yummy!
Here's the thing, I got slick back hair, I shave, I don't have a gut. Dude, women should be flocking to me.
Laura says Jeff talks like he actually knows.
I cook dinner almost 7 nights a week at this house, man.
Wait, you don't ever order dinner?
On appetite.
On that note.
Don't you order pizza?
Every once in a while we'll order out, but most of the time I go to the store, I buy the meals, I know we're going to do this for Monday, we're going to do this for Tuesday, we're going to do this for Wednesday. I buy the meals, I bring them home and cook it. It's easier, man. It's cheaper.
Wait,
I'll tell you what.
Hey, you know what? If I come over, you got to cook shrimp scampi.
I'll tell you what. You go to the store, right? You buy your frozen crab.
Yeah, I go to the grocery store typically to buy fruits.
Yeah, you go to the store, buy your frozen crap. I'll go to the store, buy good stuff, and I guarantee you my dinner will kick the crap out of yours.
Hey, you know what? I got one of the best bakeries. I buy fruits and vegetables, but you know what? For Sinful Sundays, I have one of the best bakeries by me.
Hey, dude,
I make good cookies.
Hey, dude, I make a mean salmon.
Hey, that's fine. I'm having salmon tonight.
Salmon's good. What do you think of salmon, Josh?
It's good.
Yeah, but here's another thing, too. I also exercise and drink a lot of water.
Well, you got to it. A nickname like the Big Wind, you better.
Hey, Josh has seen me. What do you think of me, Josh, physically? Oh, wait, I should rephrase it.
Oh, hey, what are you trying to hit on Josh?
I'm not responding.
Josh is just shutting up on that one.
Am I the pinnacle for all men when it comes to looks?
No, you're not. Totally the opposite. No. Hey, you know something? Right there, on that note, we're getting the fuck out of there. We're getting out of here right here on that note alone. I want to thank everybody for listening to us today here on Sports World Radio. I know we had fun. I hope you did, too. I want to thank Jay Morrison for coming in from Cox Media Group, talking to us about the Cincinnati Bengals. We had a lot of fun with that. Thank you very much, Jay. Remember, guys, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. For Josh Lopez, Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, I'm Jeff Escow. This has been Sports World Radio.
Goodbye and have a great evening.
Shut up, Skip.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon? How long is that?
In a little while, man.
Goodbye, folks. Goodbye, folks.